Okay, you take these 4 picture frames from the Dollar Tree and you take them completely apart. And you do that to all 4 of them. Now you're going to take all 4 of the frames and you're going to sand them really well so they will hold the paint. Then you're going to take all 4 of the insides and paint them in whatever color you choose. The color I'm using is Chestnut by Waverly Chalk Paint. Then you're going to paint the frames, all 4 of them, with the same Waverly's chalk paint in Chestnut if you wanted to do the same color I did. However, as I said, you can do this in any color you want. When you paint the frames, you want to do front, back, and the inside. And like I said, you do all 4 frames. All right, so these are going to need a second coat, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so this part we have some crushed velvet in the color of red, and we're going to cut it into small strips as you can see here and glue it on. I'm not going to lie and say that it was an easy process because the material keeps rolling, but it looks amazing, and so it was worth it. You can choose to use whatever you want. I just had this material already on hand from another project, and so I like to try to use what we already have without having to spend extra money. But hey, it's your project, so do it as you wish, and yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. You want to make sure that you're getting your fabric about halfway in the middle of the frame. Sorry, my words aren't coming out very well, but it needs to be out that far so you can see it, and it needs to be that way on both sides. All right, here we are with it completely glued on. It does look a little funky, as I said, but it won't. Now, this is Dollar Tree rope that we'll be using, and we cut it for the inside so that it would make a point. On the outside, we'll use a solid piece all the way around, and you'll see that here in just a second. So we're just going to hot glue it down as close to the edge as we possibly can so that it's still completely on, but it goes all the way to the edge so you can see that red fabric to really represent the element of fire. That crushed velvet to me just looks really great with the element fire. In my opinion, it kind of looks like you have some lava in there or something. I don't know. Anyway, so you're just going to go ahead and glue around the whole thing. Okay, now that the inside is done, we're going to go to the outside and we're going to start at the top. You're going to want to leave a little for the overhang, but I would suggest leaving a little more than I did here in the video. The more of the rope that you have at the top, the easier it is to fold over and line up when you get to the other side. So as you can see, as I had said earlier, it's one solid piece that we're just going to keep wrapping around. It'll look really good when it's finished. All right, see, we're finished now with this frame. So we're going to go ahead and burn the rope to get all the fibers off. Be very careful not to get the inside, but it does make it look much better when we burn the fibers off. So I do suggest doing that. Again, just be careful not to get the fabric on the inside. I think it looks much better this way. Now we're going to take the other frames, and all 3 of them we're going to frame with the rope in the same way we did that, just without the fabric. Right up to the edge on that side and right up to the edge on the other side. All right, so here we are with all the frames completed. I mean, not completed, but with the rope on. For these particular ones, we're going to take this bag of seashells from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to glue them on using hot glue, and they do stick. And then for this, I had a sheet of moss, which I cut down into strips, and we will be gluing it on. Now this one's a little too thick, but I do, we'll cut it in half because they do fit right between here. Okay, and then you just glue the strips on. And then for air, I have a feather boa. Now, everything has come from the Dollar Tree for this project, except for the fabric used on the fire one. Now, that came from Walmart, and you only need like half a yard, so it's not very expensive. And if you don't want to embellish with each elemental object, you don't have to. So for this feather boa, I just pull pieces off and then hot glue them right between the strands. And you can do that as thick or as thin as you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and then when I finish each one, I will show you and then be right back. Why are you laughing at me? Why?
Slow motion zoom
Hello. Do you want to be seasick? I was just trying to show some more detail. All right, so this is one of the very large skewers from Dollar Tree, but you can buy the smaller ones. Unfortunately, I just didn't have any on hand, so this is what we have to work with. We're going to mark it with a pencil and then cut it at an angle. So just 1 second, and I'll show you how to do that. What?
I hit the wrong button.
Is it on?
Yep.
We only need to mark one because when we cut this off, then we can just cut the other one the same size by using the stick. So I am going to use wire cutters, and it cuts this very easily, and just give it a good cut. And then we're going to take a smaller twine, which I'll show you in a minute, and wrap it around. I mean, that made me look like a liar, didn't it? Because it got earlier easier. So if you notice, I did cut them kind of at an angle. This one not enough so for my liking. But that's for Pacific. Excuse my word. So then it is going to go right in here, and we are going to glue it in. Oh, shit. I think I need to cut it down just a little more because I want it up a little higher.
We sand it.
I know we're gonna sand it, but I want it. It's too big for where I want it. See?
There we go.
So, just like that. And now we're gonna cut a second one from this instead of measuring it out because it'll fit better. All right, and that's it for this part. And I'll be right back in just a second to show you how to wrap it in the twine. So we're just gonna put a little dab of hot glue to get us started. And you're going to put hot glue every few places. Now, this is a very small twine from Dollar Tree. They do have a little bit larger, so if you have access to that, you can use a larger twine. It would definitely be easier. And yes, I split the wood, but that's okay. It's going to be completely covered in twine. You won't see it. Anyway, so if you have access to a larger twine, I would definitely suggest using that because it'd make it faster, and I don't know. But this twine isn't so bad. And this one is actually sold in a 3-pack at Dollar Tree in the automotive section. It's definitely not my favorite. So every so often, I would just add some glue to help hold it into place. I mean, that's what I do. So, but as I always say, you can do it however you want. So, yeah, this is basically it. You're just pushing it down, add little dabs of glue, keep going till you get the whole thing wrapped. Ouch. And watch out for burns. But yeah, This isn't difficult. It's just time consuming. So I'll get both of them done and then I'll show you how to apply the glue to get them on the inside. Okay, so we're just going to put some glue on both ends quickly, I might add. And then just going to stick it in there, hold it up, and try not to burn your fingers off. And now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to add some reinforcing glue just like this. Just a little bit so you can't see it on the front side, but it definitely will help hold it into place. And then you do the other one exactly the same way. You're going to put glue on both ends and glue it in, and then the frames are done. So the next thing we're going to do is work on the inside. All right, so this is with the second coat, which I showed you in the earlier in the video. And all we're going to do is try to keep it a straight line by using one of the other ones. And this is earth. So I'm just going to write the word earth. And hopefully your handwriting is better than mine. I kind of think it needs to be a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to do some adjustments. And this is why I use pencil. Okay, I don't like this either. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this twine. This is also from the Dollar Tree. This is the bigger twine. And I'm going to take hot glue and I'm going to do around the lettering and make the word with the twine. I'm not very good at explaining stuff, so. And I'm not going to worry about the pencil marks because I will just go over those with an eraser after I'm done. Ouch. And be very careful because you will burn yourself. So then you just keep going around until you get the whole word on there, and you do them all, and then